I've been noticing that a lot of crazy stuff happening in America, and it's crazy how, what I discovered is that there's some people out there going to say that Donald Trump's going to be Hitler and Renee Good is basically a good woman, and honestly, I just don't believe those kind of things because they're not true. Like, I know the truth itself. Donald Trump, okay, cares about deporting illegal immigrants, all right? He cares about deporting illegal immigrants. Why do you think a black person is an officer who is defending ICE agents? Why? What would make you think that Donald Trump is Hitler when he hasn't deported a black person out of America? When that black person who is a police officer, he's defending ICE agents. That makes no sense at all. And secondly, whenever you're defending Renee Good, you're defending a woman who is just chasing after ICE agents and they're just destroying their operation. So it's perfectly fine to mock Charlie Kirk's death. Right? When Charlie Kirk died, you mocked his death. You made it fun. You don't even feel sorry for his children. But you feel sorry for Renee Good. You feel sorry for her children. But you don't feel sorry for Charlie Kirk's children. Ever since you mocked his death, ever since you mocked his wife and mocked his children, after they're going through a lot, and you wanna feel sorry for Renee Good, whenever Renee Good's wife literally said, "Drive, baby, drive." And if people are gonna be calling me names, hey, it's okay. I don't mind being called names. I mind the fact that you liberals are stupid. Like, you literally make America as a joke. Alright? Let me tell you something as well. Okay? What makes you think Adolf Hitler would be similar to Donald Trump when Donald Trump saved the Venezuelan people and the Venezuelans are thanking Trump? What makes you think about that? And secondly, what makes you think that Donald Trump is part of Nazis when all he's doing is chasing after people who are just deporting illegal immigrants? Explain to me that. You are making a stupid comparison, you people. You people are making a stupid comparison, okay? Because here's the thing itself. You incite violence inside of a church, but you want to incite violence to ICE agents who are just doing their job. So it's like this. You people went into a church and you were berating and shouting at children, you were shouting at adults, and you want me to feel sorry for you? You mocked Charlie Kirk's death. You gave people a hard time in a church. You disrupted ICE agents' investigation. You made it really hard for everyone, okay? You defended illegal immigrants that run these daycare centers that cause a lot of fraud, billions of dollars of fraud they've committed. You basically have been defending daycare centers that's committed these frauds. You mocked Charlie Kirk's death. You impeded an ICE agent's investigation. You called Donald Trump a Hitler and a Nazi and stuff like that, which is just absolutely stupid. And another thing, you even made people in the church have a hard time. And you call them like fake Christians and stuff. Literal idiots you are. Like, I'm not kidding. You guys are literally idiots. I don't understand you. I'm not understanding any of this right now. You gave people a hard time at a church. Explain to me how they're fake Christian when they're just having a time of prayer. They're Christians, for crying out loud. Sure, I don't believe whatever Donald Trump is doing, like 100%, but I know for the fact that what he's done, it's okay. 100% you believe in something becomes a cult. Sometimes you don't agree with him, sometimes you agree with him. That's okay, I don't fully agree with what he's doing, I mean, he is doing whatever he can to save the American economy. I learned some valuable lessons out of him, so that's one thing, by the way. But it's like this as well, when I post a image of Donald Trump on Nextdoor, Nextdoor takes it down. But whenever Nextdoor people post an image of Donald Trump being made fun of as a toilet brush, that's okay. That doesn't make any sense, I post an image of Donald Trump raising his fist for American freedom. That gets taken down. But it's perfectly fine to make fun of Donald Trump when he's a toilet brush. World's going crazy, man. World's going crazy, Absolutely crazy. Because I'll tell you this as well, I have never seen something like this in my life. Never have. I never knew something would to be like this. And it's absolutely crazy that we live in a world where stuff like this is happening in 2026. We have illegal immigrants in the UK right now being housed in hotels, whilst the UK taxpayers are struggling to make ends meet. And that is not okay, man. That is not okay. And I hate seeing this kind of stuff. That happens in my country as well, that I'm born in. And it sucks. I'm supposed to be suffering this kind of thing, Even when I respect the British economy, the British heritage, and there's some people out there with who's Pakistani and stuff, people who actually came from a different country, disrespecting the British heritage. It's just sad, man. It's absolutely sad. And trust me when I say this, when you're claiming universal credit, it's not a life. It is not a life when you're claiming universal credit. It's just survival. When you're claiming universal credit, you don't get to live. You don't get to be happy. You don't get to have independence. But these people out there, from different countries out there in the world, even in America, I'll tell you this, by the way. When the liberals are defending illegal immigrants, they're defending people who, number one, have used taxpayer money in fraudulent ways, where they built this fraudulent life for themselves. And I'm not going to talk about this, you can take a look at Nephew Steve's channel. Type in Nephew Steve and you'll find it, so that's one thing. But still, I'm disappointed, everything, so it's a tough world, man. Absolutely tough world it is.